Rod Carew and Tony Gwynn. I think a lot of that was his answer, but by the same token, you as a hitter, what pitcher have you had the most trouble with in your career? And on the better side, who do you look forward to facing?
Well,
Maybe I should leave it at that.
Yeah, well, to go off your, to talk about Tony Gwynn, when I came up with the Padres, I used to hear about Tony Gwynn all the time. A lot of times through the minors, they would try to like enforce what he was about and what he did. And basically what he did is honestly a lot of what we try to do as a team in the Guardians. And we have a lot of guys that, I mean, we were just in Seattle and you know, they talked about it was Ichiro's, they were putting him in the Mariners Hall of Fame. And I'm sitting right next to Quan and I'm like, you literally are, his game is very comparable to how Ichiro played. And I've heard a lot of pitchers talk about, like that played back in the day, a lot of them always said, oh, Ichiro is the worst guy to face. He just was annoying, you know, like foul off 7 pitches and then he would get a hit, you know, right up the middle or something like that. And the guy'd be like, come on, you know. And then you watch Quan and Quan does the same thing. So to your point though, like that is just when you can see the lineup, you know, and
right.
What we try to do at times, a lot of times this year, it'll be at like the 3rd inning. And you'll look up at the board, and the pitcher has 70 pitches that he's thrown. You know, and you just know as a team, you know, if every guy can have a good at bat and work the pitcher and stuff like that, it just shows at times how we score a lot of runs. So, but back to it was what pitcher have you had?
Yeah. Forget the one you're having trouble with. Just we'll focus on the one.
Yeah. True. I always think positive.
Glass is half full.
I would say, honestly, the guys that throw, it sounds crazy, but sometimes the guys that throw more strikes are sometimes the guys that are a little bit easier to hit because, you know, it's like the guys that throw really hard and they're kind of all over the place. Well, sometimes it's a little hard to pinpoint where they're going to throw it then. So it's you know, in today's game, everybody throws 97, 98, you know, and they come in at the end and when guys are a little bit, you know, when they're not throwing it as, they're kind of throwing, they're missing up here and they're throwing it in the dirt and all of a sudden then they throw it over the plate. Those are the guys that get a little bit tougher sometimes, but sometimes if a guy's throwing a lot of strikes and he's missing over the plate, well then you'll see, you know, me or a lot of guys in our lineup, you know, you'll see games where we can have 14, 15 hits as a team.